I'm with Dorothy. Dorothy is a friend from Germany. I just get to know her actually. Let's find out her story. Hi, Dorothy.
Hello.
Would you like to introduce yourself first?
Yeah, hello. I'm Dorothy. I'm from Germany and I lived in Beijing for the past 3 years and recently moved to Shanghai.
Uh-huh. So, what bring you to China at first place?
I was working for a bank in Germany and then I got the opportunity to start a job position in Beijing.
Ah, I see. And I also heard that you are now you was study in Beijing as well, right? Like after your first job, you choose to study in some university in
Yeah.
Beijing.
I wanted to get a little bit more out of my China experience, and I think it's very important to speak at least a little bit the language. So I started first at a small Hutong school, and then I started at the Weiwai Maui Dashi.
For language?
Yeah, for the language program.
I see, I see. Besides China, like which other country you've been living?
I studied business administration, and as part of my studies, I also studied at India, at Ahmedabad, for half a year.
Ah, I see. It's a quite upcoming city, right? I mean, it's small, but it's quite a nice one. I think I've been there as well.
Yeah, it's close to Delhi,
Uh-huh.
and it's a very different experience because Mahatma Gandhi did a lot of things there. So it's a dry city, and you cannot go to bars and drink alcohol. But yeah, it brought all of us closer together because on the campus you meet in the evening and organize events and meetings by yourself.
Wow, nice. So do you got any influence from your Indian experience?
I would say so. I still have contact to some people, and I was also invited to a wedding in India. That was a very special experience for me. And so they dressed me up with a sari, and I still have that. And if I look at it now, I'm immediately back to that time. So I only spent there like half year, but it was such an intense time for me, so that the memories are still so fresh.
Wow, that's nice. Yeah. And how about your experience living in China? What keep you to live in China for 3 years so far?
I really like that in Beijing I could meet so many different people, not only from a different cultural background or from different nationalities, but also from different social background. And yeah, you can always go to a lot of different events that maybe would take place in Germany once or twice a year, and there almost every week, at least before Corona.
What kind of events you've been in Beijing, and who is organizing those events?
Yeah, for example, last year I helped a friend a lot who's organizing events that are part of the Global Shapers community. Global Shapers community. So they, in every city worldwide, there it's this community on a lot of different cities, and they always try to organize events that fits the need of the community, and we organized events that should help the people to open up a little bit more, to show more vulnerability.
Wow. Like what kind of events you do, for example?
For example, we did an event where we invited business people, but they were not talking about how great their CV is. Because we a lot of times see the WeChat moments and the LinkedIn profile of other people and think like, oh my God, their life looks so amazing, and my life, you know, it's maybe creepy, or I'm so worried about different things. And so we use those events. So the business people talk about a situation when they sucked at their business. It just should help the audience to talk to each other and open up to each other and talk about their own failures or worries or things that maybe didn't gone so well.
I see. Wow, sounds a really great idea. So besides of this kind of event, is there any other events?
Yeah, we did a lot of workshops where we invited a speaker, and then they would share their knowledge, for example, about mindfulness for busy people, about anxiety at workplace, so that people can better cope with their worries.
I see, I see. And so besides of the community, besides of meeting different people, do you also have a challenge by living in China? Obviously, it's totally different culture, I guess.
Yeah, coming to China was the first time I was working and living abroad for such a long time and in such a different environment. So of course, at first I also faced the normal challenges that everybody is facing coming to such a different culture, because I didn't speak the language, and none of my normal apps are working here.
Yeah. And what will be the most impressive challenge you've been experienced by living in such a different culture environment, and how you cope with it?
Yeah, I would say the working environment was really different, but this was also maybe due to the fact that a lot of regulation changed where I was working before.
And the banking industry?
Yes, in the banking industry. And I love to work with people. So I like to advise my clients what is the best product that can help their business to improve. And with all the new regulations, my focus and my work shifted more to compliance, which is a very important topic, don't get me wrong. But I love to work with people, and not only love to want to deal with paperwork. And also because I was in China, I wanted to get a little bit more out of my China experiences, and this is why I decided to focus on studying the language.
So this is also the way you cope with it. So like you change another like a method, like And I heard that you recently just got a new job in Shanghai, right? And do you think is that difficult to find a job? Because I heard a lot of people saying because of pandemic, there's the employment was actually quite a slowdown. And how you get this job, and what do you think about the opportunity in China?
I think currently it's not an easy environment, but there will always sometimes be opportunities, I think, if you are flexible. So for this job offer, I needed to leave my lovely friends in Beijing, and I love the mountains there. But I was very, very happy that I could come to Shanghai, and I think it's a very good working environment. So I'm really keen on start working there.
It's like more like you be like ready, whatever the opportunity is.
No, not whatever the opportunity is, but I talked long time with my boss about the different tasks, and so I could get an idea about this job, and I could really see myself there, and I could see that I could be happy there.
I see. And talking about Beijing, because recently Beijing got some newfound cases, and I do believe you also have some experience during this pandemic, right? If I didn't remember wrong, you spent the whole time in China. Since its first breakout, not breakout, like started.
I came back to Beijing after Chinese New Year, and since then I haven't left Beijing.
How you experienced that? Would you like to share?
It's not the Beijing that I loved. So my family wanted me to come back at the beginning of February, but I told them I feel like China is now my home. So I wanted to put time, money, and energy being in Beijing and not being in Germany, where I also was a little bit afraid of being discriminated because I was coming from China. And it was not easy because we faced a lot of restrictions and it was getting more and more. But on the other hand, there was also some positive experiences. For example, some people I already knew for 2 years and maybe haven't really spoken to. We took the time, and now we are very, very good friends.
Wow, yeah, I think you are very positive people because you always see the positive side, which is quite let's say blessing.
Thank you.
And after this pandemic, if you can choose to do something whatever you want, and there's no limitation, time, money, what will be the first thing you want to do?
Of course, visiting my family in Germany.
Okay. Yeah. How long you haven't seen them?
Since Christmas.
Since Christmas.
Yeah.
Wow, it's been almost half a year.
Yeah.
Not already half a year. Yeah.
And I like to travel the world and live here in China. But from time to time, I really love to see my family in person, and
Yeah, sure.
talk to them in person. It's just a really different experience.
Yeah. I totally understand. And the last question for today, like, do you believe in water citizen and how you define water citizen?
Yeah, I think it's a really nice concept, and I think this is the only thing that we can do. Like we think globally, but we act local, and this is what we tried, for example, to do with the different projects I was working on last year. That we really tried to help the people in our community, but as part of a global community, the projects are going on.
Yeah, I really want to understand this community. How you call it again?
So the Global Shapers community are part of
Global
the
Chap?
Global Shapers. They try to
Shaper?
shape the world.
Global
Yes.
Shaper.
Yeah, Global Shapers
I love
community.
the name.
Yeah, they are part of the World Economic Forum. And young people under 30 can think about the project they would like to do in their city and try to fit the needs of the local community. So I was too old already, but I was very happy that I could support my friend in organizing those events.
I see. Did you know there is such an organization in Shanghai?
Yes, it's also in Shanghai.
I see.
So if people are under 30, they can search for it. And I think it's a really great initiative, and great people are connected there.
Would you like to share the website?
Sure,
Like
we can.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Dorothy, for this interview.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, and thank you for watching. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.